Hey, this is Chan for DifferenceInSkill, bringing you part 2 of Chan's anti-fun Dragonic Overlord the End deck. So, in this part, I will be explaining what these cards are anti-fun about. What makes these cards anti-fun? So, what I basically mean by anti-fun is that I make it so that your opponents don't do what they want to do, like what they're supposed to be doing. So, let's take for example, one very popular deck out there, Spectral Duke Dragon. A lot of people like playing it because it's amazing, apparently. I wouldn't say he's amazing, he's definitely not bad, but he's not that great. So let's see, say you're playing Kagero, okay? Here's your staying Vanguard, and then your opponent goes Ride, Huzzah, and then, he does his crap. He searches for level 2, and then he plays a rear guard in the back. Here we go. And then, let's move this camera back a little. Move it up a bit. Yeah, that should be good. And then, he passes his turn. So, what do you think would be very anti-fun? Well, something that would be very anti-fun is that say you ride. Let's pick out a level 1. Let's get Bar. Bar's a cool guy, right? Here's Bar. But you know what would be anti-fun? If he lost that rear guard to something like a heat nail. So, alright, I'll attack. Well, now he has to block you. If he doesn't, you're gonna snipe this out. Hey look, I didn't need to use any counterblast. Ooh, cool, right? No counterblast needed. Means that, I can do this whenever I want. This is a viable strat, no matter where you are in the game. So if you know your opponent's playing Spectral Duke, if you start with something like this, you better keep it, because this has a good chance of winning you the game. You ride like this, and you attack. So, you want to block? He has to block for 10, at least, alright? And if you get a trigger, he needs 15. So, he might go balls to the walls and bet you 10k shield. Now, if you get a trigger, you will not only break through, you'll also kill one of his precious sacrifice bait, and then he will be out of the ride chain. Of course, next turn, if he has a Duke in his hand and he rides the second Vortimer, he can play another rear guard and then play Duke again. Play Duke and sacrifice. But then, gotta see, right? He gets a +1 from his ride chain now. Right? It's just a +1. So whatever. In fact, if you really want to be more anti-fun about it, you can continue playing cards that kill all his rear guards to be as anti-fun as you want. I mean, like, say, different scenario, right? Say you're going first. Gotcha. See, I'm getting better at this. I didn't let it hit the ground. Alright, so let's say, different scenario. You went first. This is your ride. And then he calls like this. And he attacks. And you get 1 damage. Say you take 1 damage, Overlord the End. Oh noes. And then, now what? Well, you have a lot of ways to be anti-fun about it. You can ride Tejas, be anti-fun, kill his thing. You can Soul Charge Kimara, be anti-fun, kill his thing. Now, some people might think, well, if you use your Vanguard attack to attack his rear guard, isn't that wasted? No, actually. Your Vanguard early game is about as strong as your rear guards, because at the early game, no one feels like blocking. Now, that's the general case. But what is a waste is if you don't play a rear guard. This is not wasting, because if you get a trigger, you may put it on your rear guard, make him a lot stronger. Now, if you just went like this, that would be a waste, because if you get a trigger, well, where's it going to go, right? In fact, if, say, your opponent gets critical, 2 damage, there's more ways to be anti-fun. You have Berserk Dragon here. You could Berserk his face. Berserk that. Get out of here. So, you see, this deck has a lot of potential to shut down other people's ways of having fun, which means doing what they want and winning. So, it's kind of a sacrifice you have to make. Of course, if you ride Tejas, you're bound to get struck down by something. But, that's kind of the thing you have to take, right? So, another scenario is that if you played against the popular Aqua Force deck, you will understand how annoying that deck is. So generally in Aqua Force, if they go first, their turn 2 will look something along the lines like this. and then they'll attack, switch, attack, and attack with this, and attack with this for a 4th attack for some shenanigans. If you guys do not know what Aqua Force does, basically they have a lot of weak attacks, which rack up for a lot of shield in your hand, and then on a higher amount of attacks, say 4 or 3, such as Valeria here, they get bonus effects, such as retire a rearguard or draw a card. Now let's see, what card in our arsenal will make this very anti-fun? Well, let's say we went first. Now we plop this guy down. Let's see how anti-fun this will get. Attack, you're striking for 10. No guard. Oh well, that's unfortunate. Attack, oh wait, I can't, I'll attack with this. So basically, all of his attacks were wasted, and now he only gets 1 attack. You can block this attack, because, you know, that's the only attack he had to block this turn. Say his field had, instead these were both 10k attackers. For purposes, I would just use him, because, you know, I don't have any on me right now. They're somewhere else. And, you know, say this is later in the game. Say you go and then your opponent is now level 3. This is what their field looks like. Woohoo. Let's see. Alright, attack with him. No guard. Okay, weird. Attack with him. Oh, wait, right. Well, stand. Attack with him. Oh, right. Stand. Or I'll attack with him. So, like, he had 5 attacks and only 1 will get through, and that's Vanguard. So, oh, that's pretty anti-fun, if I do say so myself. If you get the chance to ride Strike-In against Aqua Force, you always want to ride Strike-In. One thing's for sure, Aqua Force generally has pretty low power rear guards, but they make up for it in quantity instead of quality. So, you know, Strike-In, he's your buddy. He's going to sit there and tank. And then, okay, so, you know, well, what now? Alright, say you end, his turn ends looking kind of like this, which is pretty normal, in my opinion. So let's give him a booster, just so he's not so lonely. Alright, a popular thing you can do is that if you have 3 damage, simply ride Overlord the End. Overlord, Dragonic Overlord. Now, what's so good about this? Well, Dragonic Overlord now has base 16k and 1 crit. 2 crits, actually. So, what's so good about this? Well, let's say you have your good friend Bar in your hand, and you play Bar behind him. You suddenly have this 24k attacker. Now, look around the field. There are plenty of things you can attack and kill with 24k. It's a lot of things. And then you go, alright, I'll activate Overlord's ability, Eternal Flame. Attack Valeria for 29. Well, man, if he doesn't have a perfect guard, he's going to be in for a bad time. And then he attacks other things. Strike-In gives Overlord, the normal dude, a lot of good plays because of that extra power and extra critical. Your opponents, it's hard for them to do anything about it, especially if they tried to do something like this. This forces them to basically shit their Strike-In, alright? I have to keep everything in my hand. I can't do anything. Alright, that's, even if they don't play anything, that's still good for you because now you don't have to deal with this crap. You just go, Strike-In. Strike-In says no. And like, okay, I get it. So, yeah. Strike-In really, wrecks Aqua Force. Mainly, Aqua Force gets most of their advantage on the second turn because of how many attacks they can dish out, and then bonus effects triggering at multiple attacks. So this is really simple, that something like Strike-In could just ruin this. Oh, got it again. Yeah, sorry, I'm using a new camera, and the camera is very, very heavy, so that any slight movement will cause it to fall over more often, even though, you know, it's happening more often anyways. Anywho, that'll be that. That's the anti-fun about Aqua Force, and now a very broad anti-fun. So, let's say, what is new and good? Well, some people assume Platinum Ezel is very good, so just for the sake of it, we'll have Ezel here, and he'll just be normal Ezel, but we'll assume he is Platinum Ezel. So instead, I'll put 3 Ezels on him, so he is now Platinum Ezel. Here, here, he is now Platinum Ezel. It's a stack of 3 Ezels. And then, well, how can you be anti-fun against Platinum Ezel? Well, what does Platinum Ezel need? He needs 5 damage. Ooh. So, you're telling me he needs 5 damage to activate Spect. How about normal Ezel? He needs 4. Alright, that's okay, I guess. Well, let's see what we can do. Okay, we have that. Oh, it's pretty good. Let's give Ezel some buddies. And sure, Garmal, you can come play too. Garmal's here. And for some reason, let's put this up a bit, just so we can see more. Let's say he has some friends. He has some friends. Some nakamas. Alright, how come am I going to be anti-fun? Well, let's say Ezel is now at 3 damage. The Ezel player is at 3 damage. How can I be anti-fun? Well, here you go. Here's anti-fun for you. I'll snipe this. Cool. Let's see. I will play a rear guard. Let's play him. Let's play him. Attack Vivian. Alright, Tejas attacks your rear guard. Overlord the End attacks your Vanguard. Are you gonna take it? You want limit break? You wanna risk losing? You wanna do that? No? Okay, that's fine. Then don't, right? You might say, well, how did you get 2 damage for him and 2 damage for him? Well, sure, let's put this in a different scenario then. Let's get out our buddy Burning Horn. Vivian's still here, and he is here, and Totodon's here. Alright, so let's see. Attack Vivian. Alright. Tejas attacks him. Alright. Now attack your Vanguard. Simple. You don't really need your rear guards to fight the Vanguard, especially if they are cross-rided. Tejas is the best at bullying back row, so he will never be a dead card. He can attack any back row card at any point in the game at all times. So, no matter what, Tejas will be able to hit something. And it might be important. Burning Horn here, he's 12k, so he's hit basically anything. You know, other cards in this deck, like Striking in the rear guard zone, he can attack in the rear guard. So he's basically in a Holland in the rear guard zone. Actually, I don't understand why they made this card, because of they made a Holland effect, basically, which is strange. So yeah, lots of ways to be anti-fun. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys try being anti-fun. It is quite fun for you and not fun for them, which is, you know, in general, pretty fun. Get it? I don't know. Whatever. So, this is Chan's Overlord the End anti-fun deck. So, hope you guys, you know, enjoy content. Oh, I'm sick. I'm always sick for some reason. One thing, I broke my iPhone. It finally decided to jump off a building, and then, you know, paralyzed itself in the waist below. So now my iPhone does not work. I'm gonna get a new phone soon. So until then, I'm borrowing this camera because, you know, I don't have a camera. Sad, isn't it? I know. So I'm going to be out of videos for a while until I get my new phone, which will be whatever. I don't really care. Not that it really matters to me. I just need to make calls and make videos. I'm not like you fancy techie people. So, anyways, there's going to be a shortage of videos. So, hope you guys don't cause a riot, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.